All right, folks, good morning. Welcome to CIS 137. Today we'll be covering controlling services and daemons in Linux. Right, so this is lab number 8 from Red Hat Academy. So daemons are just services and processes that runs at the background of the Linux operating system, right? So I will go through this lab and then walk you through all the commands that you need to complete this lab, right? Again, my name is Dr. Dalmeda, and then I will be walking you through lab number 8, counting for CIS 137 Linux operating system. All right, so we opened up the foundation. Just click any key and then log into kiosk, right? So with the red hat as a password, let's make sure we don't have a. All right. So we log in as a red hat and then we go to activity and then go to terminal, right? Here we go. Now, so we can all see the screen. I'm going to swap my screens right here. Take these back over here. All right. Let's swap that. That's good. And then bring over the terminal as well. And then make it this big. Click on window, right arrow, release it. All right. So we have two screens open all together, right? And then let's get to work. So first of all, we are in kiosk. We have to start all the machine, right? So RHT, res dot slash route VM virtual machine CTL. Okay, VMCTL start all. So we start all the machines and then we have to wait a minute before we can SSH as a student. So we go to SSH student at workstation. Workstation. So we need to be in a workstation. So SSH student at workstation. It might not let you in right away because it's still working on the background, right? So let's go ahead and there we go. Student at work. Oh, workstation was misspelled. Workstation. There's a T missing. Oh, enter. Yeah. Yeah. In now we need to stop the lab, right? So lab services review start. Boom. All right. So once we start the lab, then we can follow the instructions in here, right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to log in as a student into server B, right? So SSH student at server B. All right. So we are in server B successfully. What we want to do. So the first task that we want to do is issue the command and then get into server B. We are in there, right? As a student. Now we'll use the systemctl command to verify the status, right? Of the what we call the Psacct service, right? It is a service. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. So system CTL, okay, status of PSACTT, TCT. All right, PSACCT. So if you look at that, you can keep on going. Okay, so it says kernel process accounting loaded. Okay, active. It says inactive, dead. Right. So you see that. System PSACCT service is disabled, right? To start at the boot time, right? Okay, so you can keep on going. No, just press Q to get out of there, right? Active, inactive, dead. Okay, we get out. Now we will get in as a super user do to start that PSACCT because it was dead, right? So let's do that. So sudo system ctl start PSACCT. And then what is the password? Student. Okay. All right. So we started. Now let's verify that again, right? So system ctl and then what is active is active PSACCT. Okay. Let's see if it is active. It shows active. That means now it is active, right? So task one consisted of checking the status, and then if it is inactive, we need to make it active, right? And then the command is a systemctl, and then whatever follows, right? There we go. All right, we go to two. In two, what do we want to do? We want to configure the PSACCT service to start at system boot, right? So we boot the system before, and then we saw that PSACCT was dead. So we want it to be active as soon as we start the machine, right? So let's do that. So we go to sudo. So I'm going to issue the previous command and then just change is active with enable. All right. So let's do that. Enable. Okay. So we want to enable that. Okay. So as you can see here, what is missing? It says authentication because I'm not a super user do, right? Yeah. Not a super user do, so it's not going to do it. Okay. So let's not forget the sudo. Okay, so let's issue the same command and then enable and then change, append the sudo on there. All right, so sudo is there now, and now you can, okay, you can do that. All right, so now it is active. Let's verify that it is active. All right, so I will go back to the same, now is active now. Okay, so system ctl, instead of is active, I'm gonna go is enabled because remember I enabled it, right? Is enabled, is enabled. Yes, see, it shows enabled, right? That means that when I start that machine, I don't have to do anything. It will be active right away. Okay. So now in task 3, what we want to do is to stop the syslog service. All right. Okay. So we use the systemctl command to verify the status, just like we did before, right? So let's go ahead and see the status and see. Okay. So issue the previous command, and then I'm just gonna erase this and then change it to status. All right. And what? R syslog. Okay. Systemctl status R syslog. Okay. Unknown operation. Okay. Systemctl. Oh, that's funny. Status. Now see. There we go. Status. Okay. There we go. All right. And then you can press Q to get out of there unless you want to read everything. You can keep on going. Okay. And then it is working, right? So that service is active now. Let's stop it. Okay. Sudo system ctl, right? R syslog. Okay. Sudo systemctl stop R syslog. All right. So we stop it, that service, but we need to verify if it is stopped, right? So I will go to systemctl is active. Sudo no systemctl is active and then r syslog. Syslog. Systemctl is active. Syslog. Boom. It says what? Inactive. So it's been stopped. So task 3 is being completed successfully. We go to task 4. What do we want to do in task 4? We want to configure the Syslog service so that it does not start at the root. Okay. Because we manually deactivate that system, right? But when we log off and log back in, it's going to be right there, right? So we don't want that. When we log off and come back, we don't want it to be there. Okay. So let's go ahead and use sudo disable, the one we do for the other one. But I'm just going to change names. Okay. Sudo systems, instead of stop, you say stop is just deactivating that while you are logged in, right? But stop will stop the whole process. Even though you're logged off, the process will still be off, right? So disable, okay? Disable. There we go. We remove it, remove it. Let's check. Okay. Okay. Let's check if it is a so system is enabled. Is enabled. Syslog. Syslog. All right, you say disable. Boom. Task 4 is done. Task 5, the last one. So what do we want to do? We want to reboot the system, right? Reboot the system because we made some changes. Okay, we did a lot of stuff. We need to reboot the system so it can pick up all the changes, right? It's like you saving a file in Word or Excel document, right? So sudo system reboot. Okay, so let me apply that. Sudo systems ctl reboot. Okay. We'll log you out, go back to the workstation, and then you can review your lab. So lab services review, and then grade to see the grade lab services review grade, right? And then pass, 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 right? And then don't forget you have to take a screenshot of your work, right? So I will use a snipping tool. You can use any of the tool you have to be able to. So new, so I like to see the credential, right? So the whole thing over here. All right, and then file, save as. I'll put in my documents. So I have some documents open somewhere. Here we go. Here's my documents. Okay, CIS labs, and then I'll call it lab. I'll call it lab 8. Right, it's right there. And then you upload that into what? D2L under that assignment, and you're done. All right, guys, if you have any questions, don't forget to shoot me an email or come to my student hours on East Campus, Building 01, Office Room 143. All right, bye bye now. Have a good day.